clearly stated that a tattoo mark, Forget-Me-Not Blanche, betrayed a bigamist on his honeymoon night. Other tattoo marks that gave him away were Phyllis, Phyllis, I love you, those eyes. Carrie, a wife in a million. And see, Agnes, how my very chest proclaims thy name, old girl. And I am married to Mrs. Farragut, nay postule, sign Arthur Farragut. For enough of this rough sailor fun. Here's some even rougher fun. Ha, yep. What is it, Philpot?
Sir, I'd like to go to a funeral this afternoon.
Don't tell me your grandmother's died again.
No, sir, but I would like to go to a funeral this afternoon.
Oh? Whose?
Yours.
6 out of 10, I'd say, for that. You can't win them all. And now, for lovers of do-it-yourself, this is, as you can see, an enormous triangular sieve with crossbar. Now, by hanging onto the crossbar, you can push things through the holes with your feet. Here again, make your minds up. Now here again, for lovers of do-it-yourself, is a semicircular saw with 2 square heads for knocking nails into things round corners. It is gripped by a wire marked A, and either end can be used. Now here is something that should be of interest to you all. This is, as you can clearly see, a leading egg laid by the leading hen of Pisa, who goes... And here is the news headlines. Where?
Orangutan kisses plumber. Man charged at Bow Street by rogue elephant.
Dead fish in mayor's wardrobe. Egg-throwing baronet detained.
Shot fungus off own chin. Chemist's mad feet.
Wolverhampton close to shipping.
More news. What's this? By jumping to his death from the top of the Empire State Building, a man today achieved the record of being the first person to fall 86 floors to his death. Once again, a first for the United States. No wonder Britain is becoming a second-class power. Come on, England, where's your initiative? Jump! We have nominated the following people to jump off the top of our own GPO tower for England. Ian Paisley, Mick Jagger, the entire TUC, and my own personal choice, Mrs. Hilda Gronk of 3 Ironside Villas, Scunthorpe. And of course, last but not least, our own dear ballet-awful critic, Eric Badger. Eric!
Bonsoir tout le monde. Last night, London saw the first performance of the new Eskimo ballet, Tuk Tukuvara, or in English, Cold Nose, Warm Heart. The ballet is based on the Eskimo love saga of Nanook and Mush. Now, as the scene opens, the curtain rises, revealing Mush and some of his men friends camping on an ice floe. It's Mush's stag party for tomorrow. He and Nanook are to be wed. But suddenly the ice breaks and they're all flung into the icy waters. 2 hours later, Mush is washed ashore, frozen stiff as a fish finger. So warm and hot is Nanook's passion that with one kiss she thaws him out completely and they can be married. Now, the ballet ends with a charming pas de six, which is danced by Nanook and Mush and their 4 children, Blubber, Kayak, Spear, and Little Snowshoe. Here is Tumbleover and her partner Benthoofer in the second act pas de deux. It's mainly static, except, of course, when the artistes get cramp.
Was Tumble Over. She usually does that sort of thing this time of the year. And now, your weather for 1972. Now, this long-distance forecast is supplied by an aged bald canary called Stoned, who whistles and falls off his perch onto his nut when thunderstorms are impending. His whistle predicts a very cold winter in France, with snow lying heavily on the slopes of Brigitte Bardot. The F stands for clouds, and K stands for kinema. Mervyn Glue reports.
And this is Mervyn Glue reporting. The big news in tonight's kinema is trouble for dynamic Hollywood producer Sol Hogwash over his epic motion picture Pocket Hero, the life story of Nelson. Mr. Hogwash's research department has ascertained that some of the key scenes contain minor historical inaccuracies. But here tonight with me to discuss the matter is Sol Hogwash.
Thank you, Noiden. This news has really broken me up, particularly as some of the most meaningful scenes have already been shot. And one of them, Horace Nelson declares his love for Marie Antonio Netti while they're out hunting near Versailles. Robespierre overhears and challenges Nelson to a duel in which Horace loses one eye and one arm. Undeterred, he makes his escape with Marie, aided by Napoleon disguised as an old apple woman. But Robespierre follows the lovers and shoots Marie as they're embarking at Boulogne on a frigate bound for New Jersey. The scene you're about to see takes place on the deck of the frigate when Nelson finally makes it with the little Corsican. The faithful Emma awaits. It is midwinter.
I can't go on! I can't go on!
There, Horatio, baby. Try and snap out of it for the sake of dear little old England.
You're right, Emma. This is bigger than the both of us. Even in mortal pain and anguish, without an eye and an arm, I must continue this battle for England, Harry and St. George! Then, comrades, remember the Nile and the pyramids. Let's make full sail to America to lick our wounds, and then we shall return and teach these Spaniards a lesson they shall never forget! Cast up!
Nelly, mon vieux.
Oh, it's you, little corporal.
Much as I should like to go to America with you and the also charmant Emma, I am afraid that I must return to the soil of La Belle France, and I have promised to meet somebody at Waterloo at 1815.
Salaguerre!
No, La Gare, under the clock.
Gee, I'm sorry, Boney. I'm really sorry, but there's no time. As you froggies would say, speed is of the essence, hein?
Oh.
No, I must sail now. Rig the top-main gallants, men! We'll be in Portobello on the noon tide!
But Nelly, I insist you have to lend me one small boat to make the getaway.
But I can't do it, Boney, baby. I can't do it.
Oh, Horatio, baby, let him go.
Yes.
Is one small boat too much to ask?
Oh, it's no use, Emma. You know I'm on the level with little old England.
Oh.
I can't do it, Emma, not even for you. I mean, I like the guy, but... Okay. What you say goes, only please, don't cry.
Oh, Nelson, you're the most. Oh, Napoleon is going to be all right.
Okay, Boney, take the boat.
Nelly, mon vieux, I have been thinking. Perhaps it is not, how you say, the cricket, huh? If I should sail away and leave you, mon brave capitaine, to your fate, perhaps I should stay here with you and the oh so charmant Emma.
Oh, no, mon cher general. No, you must go and I must stay. But maybe, sometime, somewhere, somehow, we shall meet again. Till then, mon brave, it's gotta be au revoir.
Goodbye, Nelly. I must leave you. Goodbye, Emma.
You know, Emma, I got a feeling that guy's gonna make it. Bring the top-main guns, men! Cast up forward! Flash the man! Everybody, flash the main braces! Get up above them!
And now, an unnatural break. Back in 10 minutes at the rate of 10,000 pounds per second.
The scene is the Cricklewood Palace, a
couple are there on the floor. Doris Eckersley, Queen of the Tango, and her partner, Alf Goat, 54. But although they're as one in their movements, they're heading for certain defeat. For the ballroom's no place for a dancer whose socks dangle all round his feet.
For ballroom ease and sock comfort, take the quick step to success with Threadgold's Thorough Grip Garterette. They're worn by Peter West.
Threadgold's Thorough Grip Garterettes. Sounds in a bad way. And so once more to our feature, Come Into the Kitchen with Mrs. Welkstuffer, author of In Pursuit of Cheese, Boil Everything, Ordeal by Cabbage, The Endive, A Perfect Day, Whiting for Godot, Sweet Alaline, and Crumpeter. What are you sounding now?
Good evening. Now here is recipe 146 from my Radio 1 cookbook. How to fricassee Jimmy Young. See under jugged hair. Ah, yes, here we are. Now first, catch your hair, pluck it, remove bones, beak, hooves, etc. Place it in a jug, leave for 24 hours, then throw away. Good night and many thanks.
One day. Now, here is a merry party game. Take a Brussels spout and carefully smash it to pieces. Then put it together again using glue when necessary and singing throughout. This should provide endless hours of fun for people of all ages, especially the Bronze, Neolithic and Stone. And now the master of the blunt hypodermic, Dr. Rhubarb.
Well, my uncle can scratch his back with his foot. Is this as unusual as he claims?
Most people refrain from doing this, so there are no official statistics. Those who can do it probably do it in private. Next.
My husband has bored a hole in the centre of our dining table and fitted the cruet into it. He says it stops it being knocked over during mealtime. What can I do? Visitors mock us.
I'm not surprised. Well, cover the cruet with a tasteful cosy as though it were an ornament. Alternatively, poison your husband. Next.
A cousin of mine wears his family crest on the front of his bowler hat. As he's not a conservative but votes Labour, is this not vulgar ostentation?
The family should persuade him to transfer the coat of arms to the lining of the bowler. Cloakroom attendants will be suitably impressed. Next.
They returned very sunburned from an Easter holiday. A short-sighted gentleman in a tea shop seized my hand and said, "I think they've given you my brown bread. What should I have done?"
You should have buttered your hand and then laughingly pointed out his mistake. You look stupid enough to try it. Next.
I want to make a Venetian blind. Can you tell me how to set about it?
Yes, wheel him into the nearest bar and fill him up with Chianti. After that, I'll join you. Good night.
The great Trombone Controversy is with us again. A news item about the oldest woman trombonist in Bulgaria, who could neither read nor write, which proves he must be an ignorant Bulgar, has produced a flood of correspondence. Our special trombone correspondent, Mrs. Horsepath, deals with it as best as she can, the poor old devil.
There is no better way of cementing a marriage than if the wife plays the trombone. In my own case, 40 years of bliss have been the result of my dexterity on the instrument. Besides, the very nature of the trombone, its size, shape, and weight, tend to keep women at home and happy. My motto has always been, you're never alone with your old trombone. And my husband concurs.
Dear Mrs. Horsepath, your suggestion that a woman trombonist makes a good wife because the mere size and unwieldiness of her instrument keeps her at home is not borne out by experience. I have heard of deceitful women who practice their trombones all day while their husbands are at the office, leaving the household affairs to go to rack and ruin. Yours truly, Enid Manganide, Mrs.
you quite sure that in the case that you mention, the husband isn't to blame? A great many women trombonists have been lost to the world through the selfishness of their husbands. Trombone duets are surely the answer.
I am revolted by your idea of a husband and wife seated at a double trombone just to keep their marriage secure. Trombone playing is a solitary recreation. Nothing would induce my husband to play duets with me, yet our marriage is a happy one.
Well, solo or duet, there's nothing like a good blast on the old trombone to banish depression. And I still believe in the old family saw that the family who plays together stays together. And so I say, Floriet Trombona.
Did I hear right? Here is an item of news just in. Important official documents left in an unattended car outside the Ministry of Defence were not stolen again today for the third time this week. It's time for my roll and milk.
Permit me to remark, with the faintest touch of malice, that the straws in Wordsworth's hair would have thatched the Crystal Palace.
Steady boy. Which reminds me, or not, it reminds me of an epitaph for lovers of fish. Quiet, boy. In this epitaph, the word place is spelt P-L-A-I-C-E, not place. Now, for close on 37 years, he helped lame salmon over weirs. He knew each creature by its smell, and to kiss the place to make it well. What's the matter with you, you fool?
Hello again. Hello again. The Snibbo Foundation, where a team of over 2,000 scientists works day and night for the benefit of mankind, has come up with a remarkable discovery. In the report, just to hand, excuse me. No, it's not that. No. In the report, they state that the capillaries of an ordinary man, laid end to end, would encircle the earth 2.5 times. Pretty good, you'll agree. But what of the man who's a little under par? Ashamed by the knowledge that his capillaries would only encircle the earth, say, 1 5/8 times. Even the highest in the land are not immune.
Why is Sir Arthur looking so gloomy, Sir Harry?
Poor devil. It's like this, Sir George. His capillaries laid end to end wouldn't circle the earth more than once.
That's terrible, Sir Harry. Poor blighter. Is there no hope?
There is, Sir George. Snibbo. A year ago, my capillaries laid end to end wouldn't have reached as far as China. Today, they'd circle the earth 3 times. Where are you dashing off to, Sir George?
I'm going to buy some Snibbo for Sir Arthur, Sir Harry.
Good man, Sir George.
Yes, for elastic capillaries and slug-free geraniums, there's only one sure answer. Snibbo, the punter's friend.
Use Snibbo.
recently, to be exact, 20 minutes ago, I gave a lecture on the customs and habits of a little-known tribe of aboriginal idiots in land. Well, here it is again. Tonight, the their manners and customs. Their customs are appalling. They search everybody. And their manners are non-existent. Their vocabulary is exceptionally small. So only an can understand another The language consists of one word. Mullen. As this means not only river, but also food, a clearing in the jungle, a young ape, Dr. Livingstone, cheese, double rupture. It doesn't get us very far. And neither does that. Their villages are rude, but the villages are much ruder. All day long they go around going, their huts are made of mud. The top part is held in the air by the chief's son. While the walls are put up by his wives. Oh, he's very busy. And very wet mud is used. And the hut subsides before it can dry. They've never built one yet. They are the witch doctor who also goes... He supervises the construction of the huts, shouting prophecies about the imminent collapse. Oh, God. As the huts always collapse, the witch doctor acquires great reputation for wisdom, second sight, and going... In every village, it's the headman's task to dispense justice. The plaintiff and the defendant, all four of them, both state their case. If the headman dislikes one, he has him killed. If he dislikes them both, he has them both killed. On the other hand, if he likes them both, he has two others killed. People killed, and as a sign of thanksgiving, they all go... Steady now, steady please. Theft is very rare amongst the as they have nothing worth stealing. The chief of the tribe... They're in for a bad year. Spends all his day sitting on a pile of hedgehog skins screaming and drinking himself stupid with a rare native wine made from dingleberries. Here's a bottle. It tastes of vodka, but it's said to be extremely potent and acts very quickly. The has no head for drink, and after half a bottle, the chief passes out. When he comes to, he drinks some more beer. He drinks some more stuff, and then the chief never moves from his hut. He can't. He's as a newt. Whenever they oh dear, hello dear. Whenever they well, when they're in a battle, the chief drinks a toast. He drinks a toast to his top 10 wives. Magooly, Mawiwi, knitting in the loo, silly bugger, And glad. He then drinks a toast to his mother-in-law, standing in mother. He drinks a toast to the mother-in-laws while standing in a bowl of carbo juice to stop the ants crawling up his legs. As he drinks, he And that ends our lecture on the ha-ha tribe. The stupidest tribe in the world. And I'll fight any man who says I'm alive. Well, I suppose the BBC know what they're doing. Finally, here's the late news. A man who tried to enter a West End club wearing only one trouser leg said he'd had the other half wrenched off in a fight with a dwarf on Putney Bridge. He was refused admittance, and so was the dwarf. The animal psychologist who has taught a gorilla to talk said at a press conference, of course, he doesn't speak any known language. That's known as gorilla welfare. And now, for lovers of do-it-yourself, do it yourself. Right.